how to know you have a good powerlifting coach and that you are a good powerlifting coach. What is up? As always, I'm Paul. We are in a different area today. I'm watching some people's dogs. So one, if you see dogs walking around, or two, if you hear them through the mic, I deeply apologize. But I wanted to do something along the lines of what I have been doing, of a sit down video. And this one is pretty close to me, near dear to my heart, because I am a powerlifting coach and I have a coach. And there is very select things that you can do, or that you can spot yourself as a coach, or being a coach, or having a coach, I should say, that is like top tier and bottom tier, right? And this is how you know that you're getting your money's worth for a coach. You're paying, 100, 200, sometimes even more money per month for a coach. They should be good. And if you're a powerlifting coach, you should be good. So let's hop into the video. I have got 5 points, 5 ways to tell that you have a good powerlifting coach or that you are a good powerlifting coach. Starting in with number 1, there's a good line of communication, right? You're paying this person monthly, or sometimes in a bulk of like a couple months at a time. You should rely on them and be able to rely on them for good communication. I'm not saying they have to text back immediately and have a conversation with you and FaceTime you every night and fall asleep on the phone with you, right? I'm just saying that there should be no question if you text them that they're going to get back to you in a timely fashion. I think 24 hours is plenty of time. I think anything over that is kind of crazy. I know I message my clients back usually within the hour, and I'm a relatively busy person. There should be some sort of communication there of responding to your clients, and a want to do that for one, and then 2, a feeling of responsibility to do that, and 3, just like a regular basis of being a good business owner and responding to your people in an orderly fashion. Number 2, they adjust according to you. This could be a program sense, this could be a communication sense, this could be whatever you want it to mean. Basically, what I'm trying to get across is if they have a set way of doing a program, right? All coaches do. They have a kind of a bones of a program that they work through for each client. And it's usually similar. Each one has their own coaching styles and their own modalities. But if you have an injury, if you have random aches, if this movement hurts for some reason and that movement feels better, or if you just don't like an accessory movement or don't like a variation, they should be able to find adjustments for you. And they should do those adjustments willingly and with a smile on their face. Yes, a coach should know best about what's going to help you grow the most and see the best results. But sometimes Bulgarian split squats just hurt someone's knees, or pause squats just hurt someone's back. And there's ways to work around this. Obviously, they should encourage you to try to stick with a movement if it is some sort of variation movement and it's needed for your specific weak points. But if it's a random like dumbbell bicep curl instead of a cable bicep curl, and you like cable bicep curls more, I don't see in what world a cable bicep curl compared to a dumbbell bicep curl makes any difference in growing the biceps, unless for some reason you only grow with dumbbells, right? No one does that. It should be no question to change the program or switch it up according to you. Number 3 is they give you good advice, they guide you, and admit whenever they don't know something. You're paying this person for their service. They should be able to spit out the reason why you're doing certain exercises, why you're doing certain rep ranges, and why you're doing certain sets of those exercises and those rep ranges. They should also be able to guide you through the process of getting a membership for a federation, signing up for a meet, and all other processes that go along with being a powerlifter. They should be able to guide you through that. A good coach knows those certain things. And if they don't know, they're willing to admit that and figure it out with you. That's the big part. Figuring it out with you. Not just being like, well, hey man, I don't know, sorry. No, they should say, hey, I'm not sure right now, but let's hop on a call, let's do something, and let's figure this out together. Let's both do independent research and see if we come to the same conclusion. They should also guide you in certain directions, but ultimately make it your choice. For example, if you want to lift at a certain meet that's in January, and your coach has other athletes that are competing in February, and they're like, hey, I have athletes competing in February. It would be super cool if you, instead of competing in January, pushed your competition back, competed in February. We'd have a whole team there. It'd be really convenient for me as a coach, and we could all lift together, be in the same spot, have a team-like feeling at this meet. But ultimately, it should be the lifter's choice. They should not force you to do certain meets. They should not force you to do certain federations or be in certain federations compared to others. Ultimately, it is your choice as the lifter, as the individual on what you want to do. Your coach should definitely guide you through and be like, oh, well, this meet you could qualify for nationals, and this meet has a payout, and this meet has XYZ. But at the end of the day, they should always then respond in a way that is your choice first, the lifter's choice first. Number 4, you're seeing progress. If a coach isn't getting you progress in the gym, there's really no point in having a coach, is there? At that point, anyone can get you not progress in the gym, right? Anyone can spit out a program that you don't see results from. The skill is spitting out a program specific to you and your weak points that generate progress. I would say if you work with them for longer than 2 training blocks, so anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks, and you haven't seen marginal improvement in your lifts, in reality, I just don't see where you would stick around with them. It'd be really tough for me as an athlete to stick with a coach if they weren't getting me results within that time. Sometimes it takes a learning period, right? Sometimes it's tough to grow in certain areas, and your squat has been struggling for forever, and you've been powerlifting for 5 years and you haven't seen progress. There's obviously flows to this, but you know individually whether you're seeing progress or not, whether you're feeling better, whether the weights feel a little bit lighter, whether you're hitting all-time PRs. And if your coach isn't getting that progress for you, I just don't see where you can confidently say that they are a good coach if it's been 2 training blocks, 3 training blocks, and you have not gotten any progress made at all. And number 5, and this is completely a bonus, this is more down to just personality-wise. They don't talk trash about other lifters, other athletes, other coaches, other federations, different meet directors and gym owners, and just the whole thing. And I think that really just comes down to being a good person. But if you have a coach who is constantly trash talking other athletes, constantly trash talking other coaches, constantly trash talking other federations and meet directors, in my opinion, that just shows such a lack of maturity and lack of professionalism in the organization and in the entire sport of powerlifting. And I just don't get how you could confidently sit there and back those coaches who obviously are not confident in their services to talk trash on other coaches, and maybe just not confident in their decision making, and that's why they talk trash about other athletes and other federations. Ultimately, it's your choice to stick with a coach regardless of all of these things, but this is just an outline that I have created for athletes that maybe don't want to work with me anymore, or athletes that are looking for a coach. I'm always very clear on, hey, you should probably look for like these 5 things. And if they do/don't do these 5 things in the correct way, it's ultimately your choice. But I'd say if you're checking all these boxes of good line communication, they adjust according to you, they give you good advice, you see progress, and they're not constantly just talking shit about people, I'd say they're a good coach to stick with and to ride it out for a couple of years and see where y'all end up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Powerlifting coaches, I hope you follow this guideline, and powerlifters in general, I hope whenever you're looking for a coach, you follow this guideline as well and find a coach that checks all these boxes for you. And I will see you all in the next video. Deuces.